everybody. This is Deep Thought Cycle vlog, and I'm Robert, and I am going to share with you a story of an unhappy life as I go home. And it's not my life, but it makes me unhappy. Let me tell you what happened. I once met a girl in a province of Hubei. When I was on the rebound of some sorts, and I was young and ignorant, and she was young and pretty. And we had a kid and got married. And then she suffered from depression too. She was illiterate, and it didn't matter to me. I was idealistic, and I wasn't judgmental about her education or anything like that. Should I have been? Maybe. Probably. I'm not sure. She had a real hard life, man. Like most people watching this blog never know, man. Grew up very poor. One of 5 sisters. 4 sisters. Her brother got killed by the government, unpermitted birth. Is a peasant in the countryside. No money. Very. And there's a lot of different kinds of countrysides. I'm talking about grew up and her parents, instead of sending her to school, sent her to go watch the cow in the meadow. And I'm not an elitist, and I'm not judgmental, and she had no place in that destiny she was born into. When I was young, had a lot of stress because my oldest son was a little bit unpermitted birth, and that caused a lot of stress. And then my wife had a lot of arguments, a lot. And I know a lot of people are thinking it's because of culture differences. And it's not really that, man. She totally, like my current wife, she also suffered from depression. But I can realize now, after meeting my wife, my current wife, she tried to kill herself, and after many arguments In my youth, I decided to get a divorce. And when I was divorced, I met my current wife, Wong. But I try to remarry for my son, Qaletaqas. And we had fights again. And I thought I was making a mistake to remarry. So I got divorced. And I soon got cut. Took care of Qaletaqas, but when I got a divorce, I felt so much guilt and worry. I voluntarily sent her 1,700 yen a month for years, which is a lot of money since 2002 time in China. But for me, I didn't feel like I had to. I wanted to. I still cared about her very much. And I felt like getting a divorce from her, she had nothing after that. I dreamed that I could give her a job, or start a business, and take care of her. Because you people most likely have never seen what a hard life on this earth can be when you're all alone and when you're illiterate. And the opportunity is, even though she's clever and she's smart and learned to speak English with me, it's very hard. And I felt if I could help anybody in this world, I wanted to help her. Let me see if my camera's working or not. Alright, we're still on, huh? Battery only, no external battery right now. So anyways, I couldn't sleep. I mean, I always had thought for many years I feel like I wasn't man enough when I was young. And I always wished, you know, but I fell in love with Wong, and I wish that I wouldn't have. Of course, now I love my wife very much, and we have kids, and I love my kids.
Please make sure and, that you write down the time they do their homework.
All that jazz.
The total time, like they're in the example.
All that jazz, you know. So I just felt like I wanted to find a man and I was hoping she'd get married to somebody who would make her safe in life. After Qaletaqas was born, she had a prolapsed uterus. And I sent her money and I tried to help her. But I couldn't fix her health condition. And I sent her money until my last child was born, and I found out later on she met a man, a very poor illiterate farmer who had some blood problems. Like, I don't know what kind of blood problems he's got, but his family gave all the money they could to help her so she could have a baby for him. And she had a baby with them. And I was a little bit upset. I stopped giving her money, but I wasn't completely upset. I think it was the wrong decision, but I know she wants to be happy and I want her to be happy. But her husband is very illiterate, very simple man. He's not able to take care of her at all. And they're the poor of the poor. So, I beat myself up about that. You know, the Chinese government trying to capture my wife, tried to tell me because of my wife's mental problems, they'll give me money every month to buy medicine, take care of her. I said, man, look it, you don't need to give me money. There's people like my ex-wife that need that. You know, I couldn't take money for 1 second knowing how hard their life is. And how hard people got it. Now, Qaletaqas was still visiting her. And I know she's very poor. I've always sent money to help. Right now, unfortunately, I'm not as poor as she is, of course, but I'm very low on money. I can't do much to help her, you know. She sent me a picture in WeChat. She's covered in blood. She sleeps outside her sister's house. And I know you don't know how uncompassionate the people are in the countryside. Her sister beat her bloody. And her husband, because she has nothing, and they're very abusive to her. And I said, man, come on, you could come out and stay with me and my family. You could be safe. I mean, I would try. You know, they killed her chicken, killed her vegetables, but she stupidly borrowed money up to like 50,000 yen from the banks there to try to get a little Crankstar truck and some other things, a little moped. And like she works her, I mean, you don't know, man, if you've never seen the third world part of China. Not all China is third world, definitely. And there's definitely different levels of countryside. Most people in the countryside Now, I don't mean most. There's a lot of Chinese people that damn straight they know. But there's also a lot of people, like even my wife Wong, growing up poor as a caterpillar farmer, was much richer than my ex-wife. And I'm so angry. I said, man, you can't borrow money. You're already in slavery, you have nothing. And those asshole banks, man. Predatory lending, I'll tell you what. I can't help her on that though, but she tells me, she's crying, that she wanted to sell parts of her body and use that money to sell her organs and to kill herself and sell the body parts to help her son. Not my son Qaletaqas. I said, man, you can't do that. Maybe come up to Guangzhou and I could try to help you get a job. But because of her health, prolapsed uterus and stuff, she can't stand that long. She farms, but she's hurt, and you know, it makes me want to pound my own head against the wall. I feel responsible, and I've gone through much harder stuff with Wong. Ironically, when I divorced her, I married somebody with much worse mental problem. But we got along good, and I don't unwish my children, and you know, if I could do something in life to be rich, and so as I ride home here after a long conversation, tell her to keep her head up. It's hard to tell somebody to keep hope when it's honestly hopeless. I hope my son Qaletaqas, who's autistic, can grow up one day and help his mom. I know I would. But man, I got my hands full. It brings a lot when you say I used to complain I had no shoes until I met a man that had no feet, right? I swear, man, I've got such a big heart, and I can't, you know, and a lot of people, their first reaction is, oh, I shouldn't give a fuck. She's trying to squeeze me, and man, they don't know, man. She telling me how bad her parents, and her parents are real bad. You have no idea, like, the lack of compassion and what a hard life in the countryside turns people into. It's tragic. She says she wished she could have gone to school. When she met me in Hubei, which is 1,000 kilometers from her home province, she was trying to get away from her family. And we went back to that city. I must have fucked up her fate. I I wish I would have never met her, because I feel like I just feel like I wasn't man enough. I mean, anybody could second guess themselves, right? You know, I just got that compassion and feel like, now being married to somebody because you want to make sure they're not in dire helplessness, man. It's like my wife, Wong. I'm worried about leaving her in China to go to the US. I'm generally very worried about that. And if something ever happened to me, she would have a very hard life in China with mental issues. If she was alone with the kids, my nightmare. Now this is nothing like the people in the first world, man. You don't, with all the cushioning that they got in life, you don't realize, man, that sometimes the only thing people could have is each other. Darwin says you're a product of your environment. I'll tell you what, this kind of life, what I've experienced here in China, has forever changed me. You know, in so many ways. I've always been cynical, and in this situation, man, I don't know, man. So this guy won, man. Always worry, man. So how's that, man? For a Debbie Downer, ah, woo. Vlogs that'll make you want to die. Ha ha. Come ride with me, right? You know, I tried to talk to her and comfort her on the phone. And I'm not gonna get sleep because I spent so much time on the phone with her. I'll be home late and I gotta plan lessons for the morning. And I had to work on my own children's homeschool. And tomorrow afternoon I gotta go to the police. My wife's phone is off. I can't get a hold of Bobby on WeChat. I hope my wife is asleep, but I'm scared she's drunk or there's been an emergency, you know what I mean? So I got this really edgy feeling, you know? And after seeing the pictures of my ex-wife bloody. And hearing her, I mean, breaks my heart, man. You know, I can't save everybody. And every step that she takes is on my conscience. Now, so a lot of people dream about shit like having a car or something, right? A big truck or some kind of shit like that. I know, you know, I like my bike, but not like what you think. I don't dream. I mean, if I had like extra money, I swear I would try to alleviate her suffering, man. And for all those people that are anti-immigrant and they don't like people coming from other countries, I just want to say, you guys have no idea, like loser Lawai and shit, the cruelty and the hardness that people live through in this earth. And in this day and age, in 2017, nobody should have to go through that. If we could put armies in other countries and destroy them with bombs and weapons, we should be able to take armies of people from other countries destitute in need and to help them have a chance to live in dignity. Why is it that billions could be spent in war and not in the opposite? Why can we send armies and not receive? This makes me sad, and I know that there's people that live in an envelope. Their lives and their TV shows and their status quo never comes into contact with those less fortunate. And I'm not talking about Angela Jolie and her millions. When you live on such a thick margin that it never makes you cry or wonder why or feel guilty, you know, yet you can feel hate about people trying to come into the US, say they don't belong, but you could attack other countries and spend billions and billions on weapons that would kill and never help. You know, you got weapons, Tomahawk cruise missiles that could attack anyone, anywhere. Tell me some kind of help system, some kind of tactical help program that can help people in a second, as fast as it could kill them. It could change somebody's life for the better instead of bringing them American freedom. It's a sad state of humanity. Makes me sad. Makes me, yeah. So anyhow, I'm running out of battery. I'll just turn on some music and let it record till the battery runs out, man. I got a sinking feeling in my stomach. Worried. Trying to be a better man. For so many reasons. To help so many people.
Sfioro l'idea di realizzare compositivamente una canzone da cantare in coro, però mi rendo altresì conto quasi immediatamente che momentaneamente sto da solo, e per cantare in coro il presupposto necessario mi sembra anche normale che ci sia più di una voce a far da controcanto a quella che fa il tema principale, di cui almeno al momento la situazione non mi sembra proprio per la quale, ma credo, o quantomeno spero, che in ogni caso qualche cosa la si può pure provare a fare.
That's one of the reasons why I drank a lot. Life, man.
Just one
we're going to need to kind of mobilize everyone. And so the thing that you can do now is make sure you are engaged so when the call goes out, it finds you, and then you can say, yes.
Comfort to you, ain't got nothing to do where you are, or where you've been, or where you're going. Comfort to you, has got something to do with who you are, and how you love, and how you feel, and how you sorrow.
Fuck out of my way, man.
Fine either way. Comfort to you,